Hey Sally, do you hear that sound?
What sound, Frank?
It sounds like someone has a toy that sounds like a rooster. It seems to be coming from your backyard. Did Timmy get a new toy?
No, Frank, that's a real rooster.
Why do you have a rooster in your backyard?
I'm raising chickens now.
I don't think you can do that, Sally. It's against HOA rules.
Alas, I know.
Why do you want to raise chickens anyway?
They provide meat, their eggs are an excellent source of protein, and also their poop is good fertilizer.
Fertilizer for what?
My gardens. I'm converting my entire yard to food production and wildlife habitat.
I think the HOA board is going to have a field day with this one. Why in heaven's name are you doing all this anyway?
To supply my family with local, organic food.
You can't be serious. Do you think you can do a better job providing yourself food than the professionals? I keep hearing about organic food on the news. What's so great about it anyway?
It's natural, grown the way food has been grown for thousands of years.
But how can vegetables not be organic if they are plants? That's ridiculous.
Chemical fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides. That's the difference. And increasingly, GMOs.
GMOs?
Yes, GMOs. Genetically modified organisms. GMOs are engineered to resist certain herbicides that are sprayed to maximize yield and minimize labor costs.
That's brilliant. That's progress. Now we can feed more people.
More and more products at the supermarket have them now. But not in the organic section.
The food in the organic section is so expensive, I can't see why anyone would waste their money.
Yes, that's one of the reasons we're trying to grow more of our own food. But that's not the big reason.
What's the big reason?
Peak oil.
Peak oil?
Yes, peak oil. Also climate change.
Climate change is pernicious nonsense.
Whatever, Frank. You go on believing that. Lastly, we have to get ready for the impending economic collapse.
You mean because of the Democrats' socialist policies and out-of-control spending? I agree that's a big problem.
No, nothing to do with Democrats or Republicans. Neither party seem to understand that the recession we entered in 2008 is nothing like previous recessions. This one will never end.
What do you mean?
Because mainly of peak oil.
Again with the peak oil. What is that anyway? Do you think we're running out of oil? Because Glenn Beck says there are tons left still.
Yes, but what Glenn Beck did not tell you is that the oil that's left is getting harder and harder to extract, and it's lower grade. Fuel economy goes down, emissions go up.
But we have technology. We can clean the oil. Also efficiency can be increased, better engines designed. There's lots of opportunity for innovation, and that's what made America great in the first place.
Yes, there is opportunity, but not time. Peak oil is coming, if it's not already here. Peak oil is not the end of oil, but the end of cheap oil.
Cheap oil?
Yes. The EROI.
You mean the energy return on investment?
Yes, that the EROI will become too high with the remaining oil that's left. For example, burning close to 1 barrel of oil, just to get 1 barrel back. Not economically viable. Not unless.
Unless what, Sally?
Unless prices will jump an order of magnitude. Then it's worthwhile. But can you imagine paying over $20 a gallon for gas at the station?
That's crazy. It'll never happen.
How can you say that, Frank? How will you stop it? There are simply too many people wanting too much energy, and we're running out.
Again, you are overlooking the new technology that will come if we encourage business as much as we can.
Such as?
Wind, solar, biofuels, hydro, nuclear, and stuff not even invented yet. We're just getting started.
First of all, wind, solar, hydro and nuclear are all sources of electricity, and you can't run a gas motor on electricity. So we would need a completely new infrastructure for an electric economy, and experts estimate such a transition would take 30 years. And biofuels are ridiculous. There isn't enough arable land. We would quickly have to choose between eating and driving.
That doesn't sound right. That can't be true.
But think about this. Did you know that 7 calories of petroleum go into every calorie of food we eat?
How do you figure that?
Fertilizers are byproducts of natural gas. Similarly, herbicides and pesticides are either based on or use petroleum in their making. Then there's all the farm equipment, tractors, sprayers and so forth. Finally, the transport to market. So not only will your gas go up tenfold, but so will your food costs. That doesn't even take into account the devastating effect climate change can have on crops.
Wait. If that's true, why are you against GMOs and chemicals? Surely higher yields, drought tolerance, pest resistance, these are all great things that will keep food prices down. That seems only sensible.
Ugh. Don't get me started on that subject, unless you have hours and hours to spare. Suffice it to say, there is no free lunch. We are poisoning our waterways, turning our farms into deserts and our bodies into toxic landfills. Organic food grown in healthy soil teeming with microbes has been the best way to eat for thousands of years, and it still is. Plus, if we do it in our backyards, that's one less thing to worry about having to buy in a post-peak oil world.
But it's ugly. I don't want to look at your garden tools or piles of composting horse manure or hair chickens. I didn't move into this neighborhood, so I would have to deal with this. If I wanted that crap, I'd live on a farm.
You know, Frank, when it all goes to shit you'll be eating those words, and that's all you'll be eating. Good luck.